What happens when you go to film a video and it doesn't work out the way that you had planned? I actually just had this happen, so I've got some really great tips for you. If you are creating a piece of content and it doesn't go the way that you expect it to, what happens if you're creating a piece of content and it does not go the way that you expected it to and you can't use that content anymore? This actually just happened to me a few minutes ago, so I've got some really great tips for you. And this is something that I've experienced quite a bit over my career as an entrepreneur creating content for social media. So when something doesn't go the way that you expect, try to keep a smile on your face, try to stay on the lighter side of things, because you can then repurpose this content in a different way. You want to make sure that you are not growling or grumbling or angry or saying things that you don't want on camera somewhere, because you can use this content. So let me back up and let me explain what just happened. I was trying to film a video of my puppy for my dog influencer platform. Yes, we have one of those. If you want to see cute puppies, you can check it out. And with that, my puppy was being so incredibly well behaved that she wasn't even moving. But I kind of needed her to move because I had her in sunglasses and a hat, and without moving, it kind of looked like Weekend at Bernie's. And so I couldn't actually do the educational video I had planned about protecting dogs' eyes from the sun with the sunglasses and the hat and all the cute things. And so instead, I was able to use that footage and call it out for looking like Weekend at Bernie's. And you know what? It's doing really well on social media in just the few minutes that it's already been up. I have been able to do this with my own content too. When I stumble over a word, or when I say something weird, or when I forget where I was going, or if my light falls over or something happens, I can take that content and turn it into a joke. And when you turn it into a joke, it makes you relatable. It means you can have a conversation about it. If you can relate it to something that other people know, that's even better. So for me, when I'm doing things, I'll make jokes about, the light falling over, the light going off, or whatever happened. I frequently on my Instagram stories will put myself stumbling over my words because it's funny. Sometimes I'll just keep going and I'll turn it into a little song. It's funny and it's relatable and it allows me to connect with my audience. With the puppy, I related it back to a movie, and now everybody has that stop moment because I used it as the caption. My puppy is so chill that she turned my educational video into Weekend at Bernie's. When they saw something that they understood, they stopped the scroll and they watched it. So people who aren't here for puppy content still stopped to watch that because it's relatable content. It's something that people know and they understand, and you can do this as well. So even if it's not something you can use right this second, store it in a folder. Anytime you stumble over your words or you trip in your video, or the lights go off, or something weird happens, just save that in a file. If you have the ability to use it right then and there, by all means do it. Put it on your Instagram stories. I made full out TikToks and Instagram reels of it so that it lived forever and ever. You can do it however you want. But I also have a B-roll footage folder of me just messing things up or things going wrong so that I can use it later on. I'll put a fun trending song with it because it's not marketing anything. It's just funny. It's just showing behind the scenes and the realness of what it's like to be a content creator. So I want you, when you are stumbling, when you are failing, when something flops, when you can't use something the way that you thought, figure out a way to use it now in a funny, joking kind of way, or put it in a B-roll folder for you to use later on when you have a collection of it. And it can just be a B-roll montage of you messing up your words, tripping as you're walking, whatever it happens to be. And then show this to your audience. It can be in a 24-hour disappears like Instagram stories or TikTok stories or YouTube stories. It can be in something that lives on forever and ever, which I prefer because it shows that you're relatable. It shows that you understand what's going on and you have a lot of self-awareness and that you don't mind joking about yourself, and it gives your people something to talk to. And again, if you can relate it back to something that people already know and put that in text, that will stop the scroll so that people will stop to check it out. So think of a movie, think of a TV show, think of a character, think of an actor, think of somebody that has done the same thing, and you can have your Taylor Swift moment. You can have your movie star moment. You can have your whatever. I don't know pop culture as much as I'd like, but if you do, that's going to work really well in your favor for this. So if something doesn't work well, turn it into a joke. Turn that spotlight back on yourself and make yourself relatable and conversational to your audience, and chances are it's going to work in your favor. And if not, at least you think it's kind of funny, right? But we always want to make sure that we are using the content that we are creating, even if we feel like it flopped, with the intentional way that we were creating it. There are other creative ways that we can be using that content too. So if anything happens in the future as you are continuing to create your content, Just look for other creative ways that you can be using it. Follow along for more ideas on how you can be using your content, whether it is the most successful content in the world or your flops, and we will give you lots of ideas on how you can be creating content. In fact, we've got a full playlist on easy content that you can be creating, plus ways to navigate social media so that you can make this your most profitable year ever. We're dropping daily videos to help you get through your social media marketing, your content creation, to save you time and effort, so this can be your most profitable year, so you can create luxury time in your business because your business is working on your behalf to make you money without you having to be hands-on every minute of every day. Listen to the upcoming episodes.